everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level grammar lesson. We're going to be finishing up our lessons on the present perfect simple, this time using information question form. So we'll look at this example below. Liam and Amelia are on holiday in Australia now. They arrived last month, so we could ask the questions. How long have they been in Australia? And the answer would be they have been in Australia for a month. Sienna and Cooper are married now. They got married in 1988. How long have they been married? They have been married since 1988. So the present perfect simple with question words, this is the structure. You use the question word plus have or has plus the subject plus the third form of the verb. And the question word could be something like how long, who, what, where, when, why, or how. But they're using how long in these examples. How long have I helped? How long have you learned? How long has he lived? How long has she studied? How long has it rained? How long have we read? How long have they worked? Now we'll look at the two examples to talk about the difference between since and for. So how long have they been married? They have been married since 1988. They have been married for 27 years. So using since and for to express time, they have been married since 1988. We use since plus a specific time. Since Tuesday, since 11 a.m., since I was 10 years old, since May 23rd, since 1985, since she arrived. They have been married for 27 years. We use for plus a period of time. For 2 days, for a long time, for an hour, for 10 days, for 7 months, for a century or more, for 500 years. Now, you're going to complete the sentences using for or since. You can pause the video and try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. I have lived in Jakarta for a long time. Lucy and Carter have been on holiday since last week. Ronald and I have played on the same football team since 2012. I have had the same English teacher for 3 years. Italy has been a single country since 1860, or for about 160 years. Now you're going to make some questions using how long. So they have been in Scotland for about 3 weeks. How long have they been in Scotland? So again, pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to see the answers. So how long have Alan and Natalie known each other? How long has Julian had the same car? How long have you lived in Surrey? How long have you attended the school? How long has your brother been on holiday? All right, so now you can practice asking questions. He says, I live in Melbourne, Australia. How long have you lived in Melbourne? How long have you been married? How long have you had a dog? And how long have you played football? How long have you lived in Accra, Ghana? How long have you been married? How long have you worked in a bank? How long have you played tennis? Now you're going to complete the question and the answer. So how long have you been in Salzburg? I have lived in Salzburg for 3 years. So how long have you known Katie and John? I have known Katie and John for a long time. How long has John spoken Russian? John has spoken Russian for 10 years. How long have they worked for that company? And this answer may vary depending on when you're watching this video. Right now it's 2025. So if they started in 2009, I would say they have worked for that company for 16 years, or since 2009. Now we can use the present perfect simple with other question words, like how many times have you watched it? Where have you been? Why have you come here today? Or what have you done? But the structure stays the same. Again, it's the question word plus have or has plus the subject plus the third form of the verb. How many times has it snowed, for example, or where have you lived? Why has she worked? What have you learned? So you can practice making some sentences with these question words. Right, now you're going to make some questions using how many times, where, why, or what. First one is done for you. How many times have you eaten oysters? I've eaten oysters twice. How many times have you visited New York? I have visited New York many times. Why haven't you spoken to your mother this week? I haven't spoken to her because she is on holiday. What have you done today? I haven't done anything, just relaxing. Where have you been? I've been worried. How many times have you had dinner at this restaurant? I've had dinner here many times. What have you watched on TV this week? I've been too busy, so I haven't watched anything. Where have my car keys gone? I can't find them anywhere. I can't find the cat. Where has it gone? We were always on holidays. Where have you been this time? You have been to a new museum every day this week. What museum have you visited today? You and Jane are always talking on the phone. How many times have you called this week? And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.